Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am John Galt, and we've got more Shadowrun Returns. Our last mission was successful after a few tries, but we've made it back to the Seamstress Union. Let's catch up with everybody and find out what the next steps are going to be in this case. Now we've got a new face here, something I'm not familiar with. Miss Kubota is in back, okay? Got it. Let's go see who's here. Uh-oh, they're having a meeting. Gathered around the intimate back bar. Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fills the room. Ohio! Would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Ome, but you look like hell. Thanks, just the welcome I was looking for. A long night. I've been working, Mrs. Kubota. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one to follow you. I can tell you've been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yes, I found some DNA evidence and I need help analyzing it. Or maybe anyone downstairs? Could be. I won't know until I get something analyzed. Karma 4, nice, I understand. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. Someone down there should be able to help you if they're awake. It's likely that you'll have to visit the Matrix before the day is done. Thank you. Gambata Kudasi, good luck. All right, and let's talk to Mr. Clue. Evening, sir. What's the word around town? There's been more talk of the Ripper killings. Some people are saying that they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. Well, there's more to it than just that. My thoughts exactly. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock and you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with the roll of his thick shoulders and a smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry. Not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business. Doesn't look like there's anybody else here to chat right now. Let's head downstairs. Okay, let's go. All right, the digital world. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network. A digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the real meat world, and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. Interesting. So we played around with that a little bit at the crack house. I was kind of figuring it out the second or third time I jumped into the Matrix, but I did get knocked out each time and was stunned for a bit. Not helpful in the middle of combat. Okay, so what do we have here? Nobody in the lobby here. Let's go check the bunk area. Nobody there. We do have two people here. This doesn't look like the doctor. David Fry II. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. And we got Johnny Clean here. You look like you've seen some action too. Suppose I could use the shower. You here to buy equipment? Maybe later. I need to track someone down. Got any clues? Well, yeah, I got a blood sample. Really? I can help you out then. That castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light, and that would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? Well, we need to know the owner's identity. Ah, well, that's beyond me. All I can get is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in, Johnny Clean says. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure I can track down its owner via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Let's give him the blood sample. Okay, DNA evidence removed. Spade, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Whiz, get to work. Thanks, guys. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. No, Drek? He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. We've got work to do. And Spade, if you need any gear, I will be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you up my rig, Spade. Okay, 2 more karma gained. So I've got some karma to deal with. Let's go talk to some of the others, though. How are you doing? You need some hardware or some software? Let me take a look. I'm not sure what I need right now. Let's see. So we've got the required decking 5. Uchi created the Virtual X for employees, and now deckers will love to use it against them. Nice. I'm wondering if that's going to be the best bet. The most expensive programs 5. So we've got Evasion 3, IP 200, programs 5. Everything else is similar to the Renraku Craftwork 1. Best deck and easily modified for the streets. So that's 1,000. I don't even have the Nuyen for that. So I could maybe get this one. I've just got the Sony CTY 360. So this is a step up in terms of programs. ESPs, it's got 2 evasion. IP is up by 25 points and an extra AP on that. So that would be a good investment for sure. I don't know what kind of mods I could put. I really couldn't afford the deck upgrade plus the mods. So if I can snag 1,000, if I can find 25 more Nuyen, that might work. Let's see what else we've got over here. Van Grass was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? Yeah. Oh, so here we're going to get some more money. I've got a flight recorder. Let's see. Corporate etiquette. Not going to have that. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you, say 20%. That leaves $2,000 for you. All right, I'm not going to ever get the corporate etiquette, I don't think, at this point. So let's just take it deal. So that's $2,000. I can buy the deck, possibly some upgrades. There's flight recorder. Okay, pleasure doing business. And let's go talk to Johnny Clean over here. My guy, what's it about? Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in his science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Sounds fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me about it. I'm interested, yes. Maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research, but let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? I've got a jack and a deck, man. All right, follow my lead then. All right, not quite ready to go here. Yeah, I want to go back out. All right, bud. Hey. You need some hardware or software? All right, I want to take a look. I need decking 5. Okay, boys, I think we just picked up a bunch of new... Oh, nice. We've got 14. Let's spend some of that karma. Ooh. Okay, yeah, quickness up would be nice. What's pistol 5? Deadeye. Is that a passive? Oh, no, it's got a cooldown. 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, there's no way I'm going to get that. I may need to... let's see. So if I want to go decking 5... Am I going to have to go biotech 5? Increasing this skill unlocks special abilities. So we're going to have to go intelligence 5. Decking 5. ESP control increases the power of the decker's expert systems programs. I don't know if I've got the expert systems programs. We could do drone. I've only got 4 karma left, though. Able to equip 2 drones. I don't think I'm going to have the money for that. So let's grab that. We've got 4 left. I wouldn't mind getting this. Auto reload. Okay, that's kind of nice. Okay, we're looking good there. Now we should be able to buy that new deck. Okay, well, maybe we're not going to be able to buy that now. Let me purchase this. Okay, confirm, yes. I didn't, what did I buy? Didn't I buy that decking 5? Required decking 5, okay. Intelligence 6, decking 5. Okay, so decking is 5 right there. Well, then what's the problem with this? Oh, I can get it. It's just in red. Okay, so confirm this. Yes. Very good. And let's replace that with this. Oh, come on. So weapons, I want to grab the capacity 28. Yes. 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 And items. Concussion grenade. I don't know how much that concussion grenade is actually going to help. I wouldn't mind getting another heal or something. So we should be good right there. Let's confirm this. Let me get rid of this other deck. $375. Okay, sell. All right, and I think we are good on that, my friends. Okay, Renraku Craftwork 1. Getting this lesson earlier would have been nice. Okay, so Or do we not even get a lesson? Okay, so that's just kind of logging out. All right, we'll take that. The excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network into the digital world washes over you, grips you, crushes you into a singularity, and expands you infinitely. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. Okay, well, can we not log in or what? Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what all this stuff is. It's not really giving me anything to work on. Let's go. One. What is this? Lone Star Data Store. Oh. Taking a bunch of IP damage here. $75. Good, good. It looks like he's trying to heal him. Did that dude just bump me out? Aye. Okay, I'm still not sure how the hell this works. Good miss. 50. That's gonna take another shot. Okay, it looks like the Lone Star data is open. DNA match located, 100% match, arrest records. Silas Forsberg, status deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant, breaking and entering 2 counts, public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges filed. Deceased though. Okay, that leads us with more questions. Okay, so here's the second one. All right, so are we both together in here now? All right, so here's Johnny. And if you guys have some tips about running the Matrix, let me know. We've got Newsnet Archive. Here we come. Shield, all incoming damage drops. Nice. Beautiful. He's still cutting down on the damage, but we might be able to get him. Yes, right there. Okay. Let's move up. Take cover on the door. 91%. Missed. Let's try 91% again. Half. Down. Good. Hacked news article. What do we have here? Newsnet. 1. Return on subject. Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, Was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. Body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. Interesting. So I don't think he's the killer. But why was the DNA there? The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as far too common here in the sprawl. Okay, so now just reading that, my mind is coming up with some new theories on what happened to him. All signs point to the psychiatrist, but we're not going to get any more information from the Newsnet. Let's go see if we can't find anything else over here. Watch out, that black ice. Oh no. Can I not get out here? Oh. Oh, thank goodness he missed. Okay, so how do I not get out? Okay, I had to move away from the door and then come back in. Okay, I'm not sure how to do this. Let's move out. Shoot. Well, there's some autopsy records. Oh, thank goodness this thing keeps missing. Okay, we're safe there. Ooh, all right. I don't know how many more hits I can take of that. Nice one. Good, and I think there was a second one up this way. Not sure what this is right here. Let's move up a little bit, see if we can... Okay, there it is. See if we can hit this. Bang. And if I can get one more of those kind of shots, we might have a chance. All right, Johnny, let's try to get this. Autopsy records. Silas Forsberg. Note, subject was found overdosed on a half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to this disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Okay. Dental records to confirm. Face could not be identified. I'm theorizing some other things here. It's too early to speculate now, but something's not adding up. Okay, Lone Star database. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body. Possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. Okay, so what is this? Can I get over there? So I don't really see anything else. Do we just end it here? Autopsy records are done. Okay, so what are these down here? So, oh, we've actually got kills. Sniffer, increase your chance to hit enemy IC and Deckers. So far, we've just been muscling it out with them. Execute attacker ESP, creates an attacker expert system program. All right, let's just head back out. I don't think there's anything else we can do in here. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find his doctor. You in? Yeah, punch me in, bro. Okay, let's just confirm. Good deck, yep. Okay, so we are both full hit points here. Okay, I see. So we each need to jack in at a different station, it looks like. We got the medical board. I've got white Sparky IC, under 50 HP. We've got the white IC, 150 HP. I don't see anything else. Why not just take it out? Okay, first one down. All right. Okay, good miss. 74%. 98%. I like my odds there. All right, let's see what we got with the medical board. Searching medical records, Silas Forsberg. Okay, records located 2020 to 2030. Pediatric record, partial record only. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there's no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seem to have no effect. Upping the dosage. Okay, 2030 to 40. Data missing or corrupted contract administrator, and 2040 to present. The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. Written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Oh no, Henry Holmes, Dr. Herman Mudgett, H.H. Holmes, the World's Fair, the serial killer? Is that kind of a nod to that? Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He is bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at his next session. Interesting. Okay. All right, I'm kind of maybe starting to see some possibilities now. The body was never identified visually. The dental records may have been, and we got missing dental records here. But seeing as how people can just hack into things like this, doesn't sound too far-fetched for somebody to hack into the dental program and swap records or give a false positive to a match. Okay. So that's going over here. 67, and we got a 35. Get a little bit closer. Missed. All right, dude. We need you to come up here. It's going to be a little difficult. Let's try to get over here, though. I want to try to get as good a shot, 99%. I'll take it. As I can right there. Down, and then we got 50%. We're going to advance a little up here. 59 is all I get. Right. I want to keep that space. Oh. Let's get a little closer with you. Okay, and we got one more. Okay, medical board 2 active. Let's go hack this. Employment records located. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Check current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Okay, that is what? That's employment status. Check previous employers. 2045 to 2054. Psychiatrist in residence, Mercy Mental Hospital. Attending psychiatrist, Mercy Mental. And 2030 to 2040 is private practice. Bingo. Back to meat space again. Is there a way we can just kind of... Checking out will cause you to be stunned for 5 AP. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's head back. Dump shock. Karma gained. 6 karma. Discover the identity of the Ripper. Talk to Johnny and Fry about the case. All right, we are making progress now, ladies and gentlemen. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Spade? Okay, identical twin brother? No, I don't think so. Maybe Silas faked his death. That may be true. That's a distinct possibility. What was it in there that we saw in the autopsy report? The face was so mangled they had to use dental records to ID him, right? Killed by sedatives, but the coroner still thought he had ripped his own face off. Okay, good. I like both of those answers. Good catch. That matches up with something I've been seeing runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss, swap the teeth, and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Luckily, I've never been that desperate. But why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? Possibly a corp gunning for him. Probably over his head on loans. Chop shop assistant doesn't pay very well. Well, he did have a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery. I can't really speculate on either of those yet. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor, Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator at Mercy Health, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. Guess I'm about to get a big payday. I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Yeah, I think we need to get more information. I don't want to make any accusations. I don't want to count the chickens quite yet. Payday's not here yet. Let's go find some questions. And we've got 4,000 Nuyen. Beautiful. Please pay him my respects. I always find that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go loaded for bear. I sideloaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. You're not coming? I think my part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand into a hornet's nest, but I'm a little more wary of the jobs I take these days. That makes sense. Beautiful. Talk to Johnny and Fry about the case. Done. Hire runners and head to Mercy Mental Hospital. Let's see here. You have anything else? I'll take a look. Yeah, not right now. We did get some more karma. 6. I don't know if that's going to be really enough to do anything. Wanted to get... I think I need to get quickness up. And then I'm going to have to go here. So it's going to cost 5, 6, 7... plus up here. So if I go up to 6 on that, so if we do this here, that's fine. That'll be 5, that'll be 10, and that'll be another 12. But I'm gonna grab that quickness. That's good there. You have any more pistols? Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously putting together another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, I've got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east, factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in this batch you'd be interested in. Let's see what you got, dude. Okay, so I want to check weapons only right now. The Browning, 12 damage. Medium range, capacity 10. Right now we've got 6. Medium, capacity 28. Okay. Old school revolver, that's capacity 7. It's got more damage though. Less combat options. Yeah, damage 10. Medium with 15. The Ares Classic is considered premier. Powerful heavy pistol. Yeah, I'm going to go for the big guns there. So I'm taking that. Drones. So we got the Doberman here. I've got to save up money for the next crew I'm putting together. An old Lone Star hover drone that's been given a weapon upgrade. Attack class B. This is support class B. Medkit on wheels. It's a runner's best friend in the heat of a firefight. Do I want to try for a support class? I may be able to get 2 drones. I could have 1 attack, 1 support. I don't have the karma for that quite yet, so let's consider that. Advanced drone repair kits. Okay, so let's confirm with you. I will take that. And let's equip this. Oh, you can just drag and drop. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm kind of excited to see what we can get out of that. Let's confirm. How long you've been in the trade? Let's see what you got. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. All right. Well, we're not going to get too much off that, but that's fine. I appreciate it, my dude. Merceman, if you have anything new for me. 1,000 Ganger Mask. Picking off a dead Ganger, which seemed like a good idea at the time. Quickness plus 1, HP plus 5. I like that with an armor 6. Or we could go refurb UCAS shock gear. Strength plus 1, HP plus 5. Alley Punk. So what do I have right now? So I've got armor 3 plus 1 intelligence. So give me quickness 1, HP plus 5, which would be a huge help. First Nation armor. So this is armor 4. Charisma plus 1, spirit controls. We don't need those really. Charisma is always a good thing to have. Spirit control, I don't think we're going to be able to use that too much. 3 HP with an armor 4. Willpower and HP. Strength and HP. Golden Boy, armor 4, intelligence and drone combat. Not bad. Drone control, intelligence plus 1, intelligence. Charisma and spirit summoning. I'm kind of leaning toward the quickness and the HP here at the Ganger Mask. $6 grand. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna leave me $5 grand though. Okay, let's go with that. That's fine. Confirm. So it doesn't look like anything else. I don't need to talk to you. Right, anything new down here? Just one glance is all you need to tell that the good doctor is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who has built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. Afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Doc Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued than she was a moment before. Now, what can I do for you? Everything all right here, Doc? Here at the Union? Yeah, it's fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteer at a medical center on the other side of Touristville. Had a rough shift. Oh yeah, tell about it. Same thing. Some run or some deal or some meet went south. One thing led to another, etc., etc. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in on the lips of the victims healthy enough to still speak. Apparently, one of the Baron gangs incurred the wrath of a local Supla rings, leading to a rolling shootout throughout the streets. Several bystanders were injured, but the real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out on Union Hill Road. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles. Let's hear about yours. Tell me what ails you. Okay, let's take a look at the cyberware. I don't know. Yeah, I've got to save the money to get a team together. If we're only going to be able to buy two more retainers, I could probably do 25 each on those. Let's see. So adds extra body, adds 2 armor, adds 6 HP. Ooh. Dodge the first attack against you. Movement +1. When triggered, you will dodge the first attack. Lasts 3 rounds. That's good, but that price tag, wow. Adds HP and 1 quickness. This is actually kind of cool. I've already got the cyber leg there, though. So, current essence 3. So I could get that. I don't know if I want that. Adds 1 body. That's 2 essence. Wired reflexes. Adds +3% chance to hit. You know what? I kind of like this one too. If I could get both cyber legs, but yeah, I don't want to do that. Medical supplies. Yeah, let's see what we can get here on the cheap side. 150. Most basic medkit that heals you or any team member consumed when used. Yeah, let's just get a couple of these. Bang, bang. Bang, okay. Confirm. That's looking good. I don't know if I'm really going to be using this. Quickness +2 and AP +1 for 5 rounds. Yeah, that might actually come in handy. So let's just go with this loadout here. All right, Doc, thank you much. Still sleeping in there. And it looks like this is just a basic stash, so we're good there. I could probably sell that old outfit that I had. Mr. Delilah. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Okay, I've got some stuff to take care of first. All right, my friends, we've made some progress today. I think we are gearing up. We should be ready for the next run. Looking forward to seeing how that goes. But for now, let's just call it here. I do appreciate all of you that have stayed to the end. It's great to have you here, and I hope you're enjoying the run as much as I am playing the game. If you've got some gameplay recommendations, feel free to post them up in the comments, or if you played the game, let me know what you ended up doing for your character build. If you've played the tabletop game, let me know how you like that, say, compared with Dungeons and Dragons, the traditional fantasy, or maybe the more pure cyberpunk stuff. But guys, it's been great. Looking forward to the next one. You guys stay safe out there. John Galt, signing off.